today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
And no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, Watson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
The New England Patriots were seeking a good edge rusher, and Matt Judon is now providing that, having come over from Baltimore. 30.5 sacks the last 4 years there. They expect him to get to the quarterback frequently in Patriots red and blue. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Patriots take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led by the Heisman finalist from a season ago, the rookie from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Powering his way forward. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a dump off here complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Jones. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
Complete. It's Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And Folk's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On second down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And that was a pleasing run from Philip Lindsay coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Well, Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 31, Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Olszewski now to return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And to the surprise of many, the New England Patriots made a huge splash in free agency. And on the first day, they added Hunter Henry from the Chargers. 5 years there, career-high 60 catches last year. He expects that number to go up in New England.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Another carry for Michel on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Throwing Jones. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston set to take over. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona, and he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Jones. Open man right side, Myers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And folks, kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We begin with a good one in the Sunshine State. Miami taking the trip up the Gulf Coast to take on Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass there. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And that one is at halftime as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. Kirk Cousins has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London. and they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Russell Gage leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the second half with Michel on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard. Looking to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Michel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a play fake here on first down. To Michel on the dump off. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second down and goal. Jones flushed it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Mac Jones, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Folk connects on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England's offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Operating from the gun, Jones. Quick completion to Henry. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. First down, here's White. On the tackle there, Lonnie Johnson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Jones now throwing on first down, escaping the pressure right. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for New England.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Back to throw. Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wrap pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Jones on 1st down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his bump.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They'll run on 1st down. Michelle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Michelle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching up another 15 against your squad.
And that is incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Open man is Myers. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Folk for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for New England, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So Dak with a completion there, really showing no ill effects from that injury a season ago. Yeah, what do you think your keys are defensively trying to stop Mr. Prescott?
Well, I think any defensive coordinator will tell you, stop his running game first, because he is at his best off of play action. When all of your linebackers come up to the line of scrimmage after the fake to the running back, and that allows him room and space to make a decision downfield. So take away the run, and that allows you to drop into coverage and blanket the field.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Patriots, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are, you know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week, he was dominant. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries, counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On first down, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go play action here on first down. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that...
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Tough end of that play. He had his eyes on that 1st down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the 1st down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll run on 1st down. Michel, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. He completes it to Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone.
Now that Patriots sideline not happy with what just transpired, and they're going to throw out the challenge flag. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Flush to his right, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jalen Smith able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Folk connects on the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Prescott.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw is Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Pats are going to get it back here just past the 35.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Olszewski now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Let's go, defense.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st down, Michel. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
35's the mic.
Off the draw, here's Michel. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on 1st down. Michel. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 35's the mic. I don't think you got it, son.
Off play action. Jones. He'll check this one down to Michel.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On 1st down, Michel. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And they will run it with Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, Jones to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And Folk's kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there, second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And Jacoby Myers made the team as an undrafted free agent. He's one of the few holdovers from last year, and he was the most productive. Led the team with 59 catches. Wants to add a few more to his career total as this game moves on.
Jones now throwing on first down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Michel. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A first down throw for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Unable to corral him, he fights through. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Michael Gallup is the unsung member of the Cowboys receiving corps, but he's made some big catches during his time in Dallas. Now in his 4th season, he makes another one there.
First down, Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
116 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Matt Judon there to bring him down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Prescott, the tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
Touchdown, Patriots! James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. On for the extra point is Folk. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here's Jones. And this will be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jones. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jones. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Jones. Quick slant here to Smith. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. The quick slant caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run up a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Cowboys, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And the Jets about set to go here on the offensive side for the first time. And leading them out, Charles, the number 2 overall pick in this April's draft. It's Zach Wilson out of BYU.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Back to the basics, get his game going again.
Bell running on first down as he'll push forward for about 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. A screen to Bell. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by Mac Jones, the Heisman Trophy finalist and 15th overall selection this spring from Alabama.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Just what you want on a first down run, call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Michel running right. Gets around him. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a toss left side, Michel. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity to off and run for it.
And Folk's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here.
He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now Wilson on first down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
So the completion there from Zach Wilson, rookie out of BYU. Charles, what do you think they have to be on the lookout for defensively here, trying to slow him down?
Well, to me, it's sitting on the shorter and intermediate routes because he is an accurate thrower coming out of college. I think he was 73% his last season at BYU. So I'd give him as many looks as I could, but I'd force him to throw the ball over my head because a lot of the young quarterbacks, they want the safe completions, the easy throws early. Make him throw it deeper where he has to take a little bit more of a chance.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On second down, it's Bell. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
On third down, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Cameron Brate, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Aguilar.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. A give. This is Michel. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first down.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Throwing, Jones. Open man is born. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Jones, complete. It's Henry. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Jones on first down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! That's caught. Hunter Henry. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On second down now, it's Bell. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Underneath, he's got Brate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he will be brought down on what would be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Nick Chubb, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fielded just outside the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 77 yards on the ground for him so far. Second down at 4. Again, it's Michel. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
And it's Michel once again. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him, because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Jones, off play action. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Michel again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Pats take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The rookie Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to go to work once more.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's Bell, and he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Out right here to Herndon.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
At first glance, I thought he just used.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got it. 54.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. Spot of the football going to remain right where it is. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here, pulled in by Brate.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. He gets away from one. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Bell sheds him off. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough.
The give is to Bell. Bell sheds him off. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Third and 2, now Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Wilson. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. From the 35 on second down, Jones out to his left.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. A quick pass out to Aguilar.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
123 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Off play action. Jones being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Caught here by Bell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Now Wilson looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they're going to try to eat some clock with Michel. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
3 yards remain for second down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Michel. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Michel. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Jones off the play fake. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And they're going to speed things up here. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. He's got it.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Back to throw again. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Patriots, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the L.A. Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall in.